business is easy. It literally depends how you want to play the game. And I say it like this because we, as entrepreneurs, are confusing ourselves. And this is the thing that will hold you back and break you. Or if you figure it out, then you can make it to be where you want to be. It literally is the limits that you put on yourself through the way you condition yourself, the people you hang around with, the things you say to yourself, the research you do, and the way you operate daily, personally, as opposed to just within business. Because everything affects your business. I coach the strength coach part of the industry, and most strength coaches know, say most, let's be honest, should be fucking all of them, but let's say strength coaches know how to look after their body, get strong, get fit, get mobile enough to do the movements they need to do. But it doesn't end when they leave the gym, right? It's the things they do at home, it's the sleep, it's the recovery protocols, it's the food, it's the every day that you're hanging out, you're doing different things that all lead into that one focus, to be better at the sport you do. And I was around a load of guys yesterday in a mastermind that I'm in, and to be honest, I felt like a small fish in a big pond. And then throughout the day I realised how far I'd come and where I am in life. But here's the thing, right? You are only as good as the effort that you put in to become the person that you want to become. And let me break that down, because if you're the type of person that doesn't seek for help, support, or guidance, and you're not looking for the things that you need to improve on, you're always going to struggle to achieve your actual, where you're capable of going. And it becomes a very hard battle, it becomes very uphill. And talking of uphill, I'm on a 20-mile walk today with 40 kg and a lot of food. But I'm doing a challenge at the moment where, if you haven't already seen or you don't follow me on Instagram, I lost a very good mate who should be 40 this year, who should have been 40 this year. And I'm doing this event it's actually a week's time from now, 8th of November, where I'll be walking 40 miles with 40 kg on my back to raise awareness, to raise money for his 3 girls that he's left behind, 2 daughters and fiance. Because I believe on leaning into your community for when you need them, and this is one of those moments. So I'm 20 miles in today, it's the last walk, and then a couple of mobility bits and a low impact walk this week coming up, and then I'm done. But doing what I'm doing right now as a challenge is very similar to business, right? There's many excuses that you can come up with of why you can't do it. 40 miles, 40 kg is the longest and heaviest thing I've ever done in regards to a distance travelled. In the military, I've done 32-mile tab or yomp with it's around 25 kg. Definitely by far the longest and most gruesome one that I'm going to be doing. You could say I can't do it because I'm old. Or older, should I say. I'm not old. I'm older, I'm stiffer, I'm heavier, all sorts of things. But I've pushed myself to do this because, number one, it means a lot to me of who it's for and why we're doing it. But secondly, because I want to continue to push myself. Since leaving the strongman world, where I don't compete anymore, I need things to keep me moving and keep me on track. And it's all about using the things around you. But yesterday, I was sitting next to people that are absolutely crushing it and realizing that, shit, I'm one of them. But we're all different, right? In lots of ways of, whether it be the way we operate, the way we think, the effort we put in, the systems we do, the structure that we have, everything. And the people that are humble enough to say they need help and realize that there is more that they can achieve are the ones that will achieve what they've set out. And it's simply because you're pushing yourself that little bit further. I work with online strength coaches, help them get to 10k plus months. And from selling my gym last year to this year, really changing how I live my life. I want to now help other people do the same. And first of all, realize that you don't have to be attached to your laptop to be an online coach. I like the hybrid approach where you teach people as well as keep accountable and tell them. So there's teach and tell. If you think about, you teach people to do it themselves, then they will get better results. They will also they'll be more equipped for everything in life. And let's be honest, if you're the sort of coach that you want your clients to rely on you all the time, 24/7, then ask yourself the question, are you actually coaching them properly? Because is that really helping them be equipped for life on their own? And that's not to say that that's what you're building them up to do, because people can stay with you for years, but it's all about the value they get and the progress they make. So if you can help somebody understand for themselves and take that actual shift to themselves to understand how they can continue that journey, then most likely they'll stay anyway, because you gave them a gift. But the focus is, for me always, is to help people understand how they can do life on their own. There's many shifts that we make inside my program, which is called The Shift. We have the mind shift of understanding that you don't need to be attached to your laptop. You don't need to run things the way other people run things. You can run it exactly how you want and create your life. You don't have to be attached to anything, because you started a business so you could have freedom. And if you're in business right now and you don't feel like you have the freedom to do what you want, and then ask yourself the question of, why did you start your own business? Because a lot of people find themselves in that position where they are building a job. They are building themselves into a position that they can't leave. And again, it's not good for you as an entrepreneur, business owner. Maybe you're a dad, a mum, whatever your life or however you live it. But if you're attached to what you have to do and you're trapped, let's say, you've just built yourself a job, and you may as well go and do a 9 to 5. It's a lot less stressful and you're guaranteed to be paid, right? But when you look at the business in general of how you run things, you should be able to leave for 3 or 4 days and nothing collapses, nothing falls. And if you're early in your journey and you're not yet hitting above 5k and you're wondering how you can, then click the link in the bio, or in my description, should I say, because you can get yourself into my Skool community for free, where you can learn how to do your marketing, how to structure your business, how to stop the churn of your clients, and ultimately learn how to be able to run a business like a pro. Because again, if you're not hitting over 5k, I'm afraid I'm going to say to you, you're not doing business right. It is easy to get to 5k, and I say this with love, not hate. I say this because I've helped lots of people achieve this, and obviously beyond, because that is my focus. But if you're below 5k right now, you can't join my program. but you can join my free community. So click the link and get yourself in there, get yourself amongst these guys, learning the systems that are in there that are free, and you can start to climb that ladder. And if later on down the line you want to grow to those 10k plus months, then you can join the program. But look at business in the way of simplifying things, and this is why I say it's easy, right? We confuse business ourselves. Look at this for a view. Makes it look like I'm in Barcelona. I'm definitely not. I'm in Leicestershire. But what a beautiful sun. But if you're in business right now and you're not seeing it simple and you're seeing it confused, you're seeing it overwhelming, it's because you have made it that way. Let's be honest, you create an offer, you work with one person, one type of person, you create the offer around that person, and then you just build it backwards. You walk people through your program. You then do the marketing to show the value that you have for that type of person. You then need to use your case studies to show that you have done it before. And then you need to show your real life. And that is exactly what the GAP marketing framework that I teach is. It's growth, authority, and personal. These are 3 areas that you need to master to attract the ideal client. And again, if you haven't already, go into the link in the description and get yourself into there, because you can have access to the content strength system, which will teach you all of this plus more. But with your business being the sole focus for you and the thing you want to earn the money, why aren't you earning the money that you want to earn? Is it your mind because you don't believe you can? Is it more the systems that you have within the business? Because systems in business for most strength coaches become what they would call a pain in the arse. They're a long-winded process and they take time to build. They do, you're right. And that, my friend, is called building a business. But once you've built them, they work in a system that will generate leads, that will enable you to not have to do everything manually, and enable you to then create content and focus on the people that you want to bring in. Because again, attracting the right people is simple. If you have been on that journey and you are coaching the thing that you have mastered. I mean, there are some coaches that haven't mastered the thing, but you will struggle because, let's be honest, you haven't been down that journey, you haven't been down that route. But if you have, and you are that coach that, and most likely you will be if you're watching this video, to be fair. But if you are that coach that has achieved a lot and you have achieved this thing, whatever you're selling, then you know the journey. You just have to now think about how you can tell that story, attract that person, take them on the journey that you once went on. So, think about your business. If you are not seeing your business as simple, then simplify it. Write down every task that you do and actually work out, is it moving the needle forward, or is it something that's just noise for you? Talking of noise, feels like the wind's blowing, so maybe you can't hear me as well. So I'm going to wrap. But guys, look, jump onto the content strength system. It will change your life like it has the other guys that are in there. And I'll catch you very soon. Peace out.